Yo folks, today I'm gonna explain the looping and some tricks in Dead by Daylight Mobile. First we begin with finding generators. Generators with some progress can be found throughout the indicators on your screen, and the second way to find them you must look up and try to find their top. It always blinks and you can see it from the distance. I'll go closer and show you. Here we can see another lamp is blinking, so there's probably a generator here. You must repair 5 generators in order to escape the match. And usually there is a totem nearby to the generator, and sometimes a chest you can open and get some items. Use them when it's necessary, but always remember that generators are the first main objective. While doing generators you will face with skill checks. Great skill check gives you 1% additional progress bonus, and good skill check doesn't give any progression bonus but keeps you repairing at normal speed. While running, your character leaves scratch marks you can see as a survivor. However, it can be seen by the killer and they can track you down with it. To avoid leaving scratch marks you can walk or crouch, but you should do it only if the killer is nearby. After all 5 generators completed, the exit gates will be powered and you must remember their location before the indicators disappear. If you're the last survivor, you can escape throughout the hatch. You can always decide to leave or not. Sometimes you can stay to help your teammates instead of escaping instantly. Now let's talk about looping. Looping is the strategically running around objects and buildings to avoid the killer. Now we talk about common buildings to loop around, starting with the shack. Shack is a house with a window on the one side. It has 2 doors and 1 pallet. Sometimes the killer basement is also here as well. To loop it you must vault the window, turn left, vault again, and repeat it 3 times. After vaulting 3 times on the same window in a chase, the entity will block that window and prevents you from vaulting. So go to the pallet after the window got blocked and then drop the pallet. After dropping you can run away. If the killer is really close to you, you must straight up go for the pallet. But before dropping the pallet you must always check by looking behind if the killer is nearby or not. While running, go to the middle of this crack, and if the killer is further than this line, just take the window without being scared. If the killer has already passed this line, then you can go and drop the pallet. Another way is you can go to the right instead of left and vault the window from inside. This method is not that efficient as the first one, but you might need this in the future. Long and short vaults can be seen in different variations, but the main logic in this is there's always one long side and another short side and a pallet in the middle. You should always take the long side to loop, because even if you're experienced player, you're likely to get mind gamed because the wall is too short and requires more quicker reaction time from you. So you must loop around the long wall unless the killer is close to you. Usually you can loop around 2 or 3 times against the good killers and around 4 maybe 5 loops against bad or average killers. After that you can drop the pallet and run away. Always remember to look back and try to know where the killer is. Jungle Gym is a place with one window on the one side and a pallet on the other side. Looping variations are too different and depends, but I will show you some easy ways to loop the killer. So if you start from the pallet and the killer is a bit far, you can turn left 3 times and then vault the window. Then you can turn right 2 times and drop the pallet if you need it. Another way, if the killer is closer, you can turn left 3 times and then drop the pallet if it's necessary. Else you can keep repeating this unless the killer catches you up before dropping the pallet. Last option might seem a bit hard. You must run to the edge of this wall, and after reaching it you must turn right, go for the window and vault it. And you can either go for left or right and connect the first 2 techniques to continue looping. You can use this short wall as well, but it's too unsafe and you're likely to get hit too early, so never use it. And if you're starting from here, you can just vault the window and then go left or right, then repeat everything. Sometimes the window at the bottom is moved to the top and everything else is pretty much the same. To loop around this, you must vault the window first and then look behind to see which way the killer is coming from. If the killer is coming from the left, turn right and go for the pallet, then loop around the long wall as long as the killer catches you up. Or if the killer decides to vault the window or come from right, turn left and loop all the way around and vault again. Now you can repeat this unless the killer changes his direction. Sometimes after turning right, you can go to the window instead of pallet, but it's not safe and usually killer will see the indicator and will get the shortcut. Just learn it in case. Now we have short loops. Short loops has one short wall and almost nothing on the other side. It's very unsafe to loop and has almost no benefit. You can only loop around this short wall until the killer is very close and you must stun him and run away. If you don't stun him, then you must go for standoff. If you don't want to end up slow vaulting, you must always push your movement button to the pallet side as much as you can and wait unless the killer is close enough. I don't recommend doing standoff, so you must stun the killer no matter what. L and T walls can be seen almost every map in DBD Mobile. To loop on it, you must find the T wall and stay right there where am I standing. And if the killer vaults the window or comes from the right, just go to the left and vault the window. Then here's the same technique. You must go back to the other window if the killer comes from the right side or vaults the window. If they come from the left, run to the right side and look at the window. If the killer didn't pass from this line, go for the other window and vault back. And if the killer has passed from this line, go straight and vault the window. Experienced killers can double back, so be careful and always look back. We have a Z wall here and it's too short. You can vault from the both sides, but it's better to run around and fake your vault. Pretend to vault but don't vault it. We have medium wall loops, whereas there are equal objects and one pallet in the middle. You can choose any side to loop around, it doesn't really matter. But don't forget to hug the wall as much as you can. Now we talk about 360. I have a video I explained how to do 360. Basically you must make a circle in order to dodge a hit. It kinda works like this and once you get used to it, you will enjoy the results. You must practice and you can be good at it in 3 days or more. It's not complicated as it seems, but never use it if you have a pallet to loop. This must be your last option and this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you found this useful. Please share this video with others or someone who's been struggling with the game and subscribe for part 3. Watch other similar videos and I will see you in the next video.